Hey everybody, it's Brett Bjorquist, and I'm here with industry legend Anthony Grimani from Grimani Systems. Good to have you here, Anthony.
Hi Brett, how you doing?
Oh, absolutely great. So I want to talk today about CEDIA. So CEDIA 2023 is coming up. It's in about a month and a half away, so we're coming up on September. I've heard that you guys have an amazing partnership, an amazing booth. So I believe it's Sound Room 10 this year.
Sound Room 10, yeah.
And you guys have some great partners. So obviously it's Grimani Systems.
Yep.
It's StormAudio.
Yep.
It's Row 1 Seating.
Yep.
And it's Seymour Screen Excellence.
Correct.
And so you guys have come together to build really a super theater. So
Correct.
why don't you give me a little bit of details about what makes this special and why all the integrators out there need to be checking out this booth?
Yeah, Brett, CEDIA, the Custom Electronics Design and Installation Association, is now, what is it, 33 years old. And it's the most important association in our group,
Sure.
and their expo is the biggest event for us yearly. So we want to go big. So coming together with these three other industry reference companies, we decided, let's do a booth. And what are we going to show? Just another room with speakers and subwoofers and screens and projectors? No. Let's actually show a performance and technology of the 21st century. And in our case, what that means is we're going to demonstrate in this demo audio and video signals coming from really the top quality source today available to the consumer, which is Kaleidoscape, coming out with high bandwidth of video and audio, going digitally into a Storm digital decoder, their new version called the Evo, that actually doesn't have any analog outs. So it takes HDMI in and it spits digital out.
No kidding.
What? Like, how do you do that?
Yeah.
Well, there's this new series of technologies, generally known as audio over IP, AoIP. There's a few different versions. The one that Storm is using is the variant called AES 67.
Okay.
And they're going to process the signal inside the decoder and shuttle it out through one Category 6 cable. All like whatever 20 channels we're doing in there are going to come out through one Category 6 cable to a network switch and then to the power amps that drive our speakers.
Okay.
So our systems and Grimani systems are enabled for that. The audio is going to stay in the digital domain, go into the amps, get processed for the crossover of the speakers, the room correction, the tuning, all of that's going to stay in the digital domain all the way to the end, and then go to the speakers and show not only excellent sound, but also how simple and how powerful things can be in the 21st century.
Wow. So effectively, if I get this right, so we're coming out, let's say from the Storm processor.
Yeah.
It's one Cat 6 cable going into a network switch.
Yep.
And then that's obviously duplicating it out. And then that's going to each of the speakers. So basically I've got one Cat cable going from the processor to a network switch.
Yep.
Then how many channels are going to be at this?
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 point, about 16, 17 channels altogether. Yeah.
So you've got, let's call it 17 network cables going out from a basic switch, going into each of the amplifiers, and it's all digital. And effectively, it's a lot easier to be able to wire that because I don't need XLR cables, custom length, and all the other pieces that normally people would use.
Right.
Wow.
So it's actually not even 17 cables because some of the groups of speakers are fed by one common amp that may have four channels. It's one cable. So I'm not counting this up right now, but something like 10 network cables coming off a switch are going to go into amps and drive these speakers directly. It's so simple to set up. It's wonderful.
Now, we talked a little bit about this kind of before when we were talking. This is all, because it's all in the digital domain, your amplifiers are, you consider it an active speaker. So it's a fully digital DSP enabled speaker as well. So how does that help when you're trying to tune, let's say 17 channels?
Yeah.
How is that going to help you as you're trying to build this booth, which obviously relates back to how an integrator is going to build out a room?
It's way quicker.
Yeah.
So rather than have all these connections, at first you have to the alternative would be to actually have something like 18 or 20 XLR cables that go, active balance cables that go from here to there. You have to wire them all up, solder them all up, make sure that they're all done correctly, that they don't hum, they don't miss a leg or anything like that. Here instead it's just going to be all digitally going through. And then to verify, configure, and tune them, I'm going to open my laptop, I'm going to open the application, I'm going to go to that speaker, I'm going to tune it, go to the next speaker, tune it, next speaker, tune it.
Yeah.
I can just sit there and do it in the matter of a few hours. I'll have tuned all of those channels effectively. I'll be able to listen to them. If there's something I don't like just from that station, I can adjust something. It's just way quicker. It's like super quick.
Wow. No, that's amazing. And so you brought up hum. And that's something that obviously for most of us integrators, it's what plagues us at night, right?
Yeah.
Trying to make sure that there's no ground loop in there, get rid of those hums, because it's all digital. So basically, you're running from that processor to your amplifiers, and then obviously that's running out. So because it's done that way, are you saying, generally speaking, you won't get hum in the speakers because it's digital?
A category cable, unless it's a shielded category cable, right, which you don't need to use here, is a twisted pair that's not ground referenced.
Yeah.
It's floating.
Yeah.
There's no hum loops. You can't. And so you don't have to worry about that. You hook everything together and it's all going to come together. You don't have to worry about hum today or tomorrow. Wow. I have worked on systems where by the time we left, there was no hum problems, and then 6 months later, the electrician comes in, adds something else somewhere else that creates a ground loop that nobody knew was going to happen. So suddenly you're back trying to fix it. Can't happen here.
As you run your business, you work on theater design, acoustics, obviously Grimani systems from a speaker perspective. But you partner with the integrator. You always have an integrator that's basically doing the installation, correct?
We're not an integrator. We're an engineering and product support to the integrator.
Sure.
With a big underlined bold-faced support. We love to support you guys in the industry who are doing all this hard work. It's hard work.
It is.
We're trying to make it simpler for you.
It is. And again, if I look at this, I know you've done well over 1,000 systems.
Yeah.
Home theaters, mixed media rooms, as well as
post-production rooms, studios, a bit of everything.
Yeah. So if I'm looking at this as an integrator, sure, maybe I've done 10 theaters.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's my first, second, or third.
Yeah.
There's no way that I'm going to be as efficient and frankly as knowledgeable as bringing somebody in to be a partner.
Right.
And now I know that I have, just like if I'm picking reference hardware, right? I want the best hardware out there. In all reality, why wouldn't I want the best brain trust to be out there to partner with me? So for everybody that's going out there, you're going to be out there for a few days. Are you teaching any classes in general?
I'm teaching 2 classes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they'll definitely have to want to check out your classes. Now, for anybody that doesn't know, if you've been in CEDIA for a while, I've been in the industry for about 24 years. I think I had my first class with Anthony back in 2007. So it has been a while. You guys, if you get a chance, if you're going to CEDIA, make sure you check out Sound Room 10. Again, Anthony Grimani will be in and out when he's not teaching a class. But Grimani Systems, StormAudio, Row 1 Seating, and Seymour Screen Excellence will all be there showing off the reference systems. And again, you've got a great powerhouse of reference people. And what I like about this, you guys, is that all of those names referenced have all pretty much come out of the integration industry. Right. So again, we talked about this once before too. It's, designed by an integrator for an integrator.
Right.
But really, that actually matters here. It's not just something that gets set out as a marketing line.
Right.
All these speakers are designed to make it faster and easier. And I know you use the phrase a lot. All the sound power in half the time.
Half the time.
And obviously, again, running in a digital domain like we're showing there, it sounds like that's absolutely capable and something that you guys can actively demonstrate. So I can't wait to see it, you guys. I will be down there. Make sure that you're down there and you check it out as well. And if you have any questions, post some comments below and we'll go ahead and make sure we get them answered for you. Thanks, Anthony.
Thank you, Brett.